The following program does not offer personal medical advice. Please consult your doctor before using any treatment or product we cover. Welcome to Go to Health Media with your host, Jonathan Marks. We provide a welcoming environment where experts educate you on important health topics, answer your questions, and provide information from which you can benefit in consultation with your doctor. You can visit and subscribe to the show at gotohealthmedia.com. And now, here is Jonathan Marks. Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Marks. Welcome back to Go to Health Media. Hope you're having a good day. Remember, you can watch us at our website, gotohealthmedia.com. You can also watch us on YouTube. You can also listen to us on 8 podcast networks, and we encourage you to subscribe so you don't miss a show. Our goal is to educate you with evidence-based information from health experts around the world. So on to today's show. If any patient knows how to search for clues, it's a police detective. Our guest today is Alicia R., and she is a police detective, and she meticulously documented her symptoms, including itchy hives that appeared all over her body, which helped doctors diagnose and treat her chronic hives, also known as chronic spontaneous urticaria, which is CSU. Unfortunately, not everyone is so lucky. In fact, 7 out of 10 people with chronic hives cannot identify a cause for their condition, often undergoing several tests and treatments before receiving a diagnosis. That's why experts say it's so important to see an allergist to pinpoint a diagnosis. With CSU, itchy hives suddenly appear on the skin and can last for 6 weeks or longer with no known trigger. Chronic hives are most commonly seen in people between the ages of 20 and 40 and are more prevalent in women, although this can happen to people of all ages. We have 2 guests today. Alicia R. is a police detective and a mother of 2 based in Memphis, Tennessee. She began experiencing unexplained hives in late 2021 all over her body. Using her investigative skills, she tracked her symptoms and explored her options, eventually being diagnosed by our second guest, allergist Dr. Ari Zelig. Now she encourages others with mysterious health issues to advocate for themselves and seek specialized care. Dr. Ari Zelig is board certified in allergy and immunology as well as general pediatrics and treats patients of all ages with allergic and immunologic disorders. He is a member of the American Academy of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology and the American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology. He's often a speaker for the National Eczema Association and has presented nationally about advanced biological treatments for asthma and chronic hives. You can learn more at Xolair.com. Let me spell that. That's Xolair, Xolair.com. So welcome to the show, Dr. Zelig and Alicia. How are you both today?
Good. How are you?
Very good. So Alicia, can you tell us about your experience with CSU, or what's called chronic spontaneous urticaria? I think I said that correctly.
Yes. So I want to thank Navaris and Genentech for the opportunity to spread awareness about CSU because there is no known cause. But for me specifically, I woke up one day and I had an itchy neck, and I thought it was because I slept in my necklace. As the day went on, my itching persisted. I tried to take an antihistamine for some relief, and I didn't get any. I started to develop hives and whelps all over my body. There was literally no place on my body that wasn't itching. I
Wow.
saw medical professionals, and they put me on oral steroids to try to help with the symptoms, but I didn't get any relief. Finally, they referred me to an allergist, Dr. Zelig,
Mm-hmm.
who did some blood work and diagnosed me with CSU and got me started on a regimen for Xolair.
Great. So you're a police officer, you're an investigator. How did this talent work in terms of getting help for yourself?
That's a good question. So I believe that cops are as good as their report writing or their note taking skills. So I wanted
Yes.
to be able to assist the healthcare providers accurately and efficiently. So I took notes about my symptoms, the medications I was taking, what worked, what didn't work, so that I could relay that information so we could come up with a treatment plan that was right for me, which ended up being Xolair.
Good. Great. So, Dr. Zelig, tell us, what is CSU and what are some of the common symptoms? I know Alicia has described them, but does it present in different ways?
Sure. So CSU stands for chronic spontaneous urticaria. Urticaria is the medical term for hives. This is a condition that's categorized by intense itching, hives, and or swelling that persists beyond 6 weeks without a known cause. It actually affects about 1% of the general population. There are 1.7 million Americans dealing with this condition. It can occur at any age. It is about twice more prevalent among females. 20 to 40 is sort of the most common age range that we see, although we certainly see it in younger and older adults. And for those of you that have experienced intense itching associated with poison ivy or mosquito bites that keep you up at night, this is essentially what patients are dealing with this condition, with CSU.
Got it. So these hives are a skin issue. Why wouldn't people first go to a dermatologist, if you don't mind my asking?
Great question. Often they do. And both allergists and dermatologists are probably the two specialists that most often manage this condition.
So dermatologists can diagnose and manage this as well as an allergist.
Correct.
Got it. So we don't know what causes this or what brings it on?
Correct. This is, we call it chronic spontaneous urticaria because it occurs spontaneously. It is sort of an inside out, systemic, inflammatory skin issue that at its core is due to overactive allergic cells, mast cells that are overactive and essentially release histamine for no particular reason, very unwantingly, that leads to the development of these symptoms, itching, hives, and occasionally swelling as well.
So how can people manage their symptoms?
So basically what we start to do is try to play defense here. I mentioned this is a condition due to excessive histamine release. So we start by using antihistamines to block all of the histamine that is already, going rampant throughout our body. We start with typically during the day non-drowsy allergy meds, so our patients can go about their day without impairments and sedation. We often need to increase beyond standard dosing. So our guidelines for this condition are actually to increase to 2, 3, or 4 times the standard dosing of non-drowsy antihistamines during the day. Certainly in the evenings, oftentimes patients experience more intense itching during the evenings. They can certainly take sedating antihistamines at night to help them get through and sleep through the night. For patients who fail high-dose antihistamines, which occurs quite commonly, we often need to go more on the offense. And Xolair is the recommended next step in therapy for patients 12 years of age or older who have chronic spontaneous urticaria, which is poorly controlled despite high-dose antihistamines. Xolair is an injection that has been on the market for 22 years, over 10 years for this CSU indication specifically.
Got it. And that's Xolair. And let me spell that for people because it's a little complicated. It's Xolair, Xolair.com. It's Xolair. And what is Xolair, doctor?
Xolair is a very highly targeted therapy. It specifically blocks IgE, which is our allergic antibody. And essentially from the top down, it leads to our allergic cells getting stabilized to prevent the release of all these inflammatory chemicals like histamine to sort of get at the root of what's causing this condition, CSU. It is an injection that is given once a month for chronic spontaneous urticaria. It does have some additional indications, including asthma, nasal polyps, and food allergy, 22 years of safety and efficacy data for this medication. There is a small risk of an allergic reaction, including anaphylaxis. And for that reason, the first few doses are given in the office. And if patients are comfortable after that, they can transition to at-home administration.
Got it. And does CSU go away, or is this, when you call it chronic, is it really lifelong, or does it come and go in spurts? How does that work?
That's a great question. It is quite variable from patient to patient. I would say on average, the average duration is about 2 to 5 years. Once it crosses over that 6-week mark, patients sort of meet that criteria for chronic spontaneous urticaria, certainly can resolve before the 2-year mark, and it certainly can go on for decades. So it is patient dependent, and I've seen it all over the map in terms of the duration of it.
So Alicia, can you tell us how you and your doctor are managing your CSU today? Are you having symptoms still, and do they come and go? Tell us a little bit about your experience.
So that's a great question. With the care team that I have, especially with Dr. Zelig, we have been able to stabilize my chronic hives. I'm managing my CSU by taking Xolair once a month at home. And also, Dr. Zelig mentioned some lifestyle changes such as stress management. So with that, I have been on a positive road to recovery.
Good. And stress management as a police officer, that's quite an accomplishment.
You have no idea.
And a mother.
Yeah.
That's great. So before we end today, what final message would each of you like to leave for people so that they know how to deal with this and can really get the help they need?
So that's a great question. I think for people that's out there that's looking for solutions or looking for remedies because they're experiencing similar symptoms, especially women, because this impacts women more than men, I would say that you're not alone. You don't have to fight in silence. You don't have to suffer in silence, that there are resources that are available. And pairing with your healthcare provider, such as an allergist, we were able to tackle this situation and get to the road of recovery. So seeing if Xolair is right for you, either by resources or talking to your healthcare provider so that you can be on the road to recovery is one thing I want to make sure people know.
Great. And doctor, final words?
Sure. I mean, I want to, sort of as a bottom line, state that this is a condition for which we have treatment. It's quite a distressing condition. Please come and see one of us. Please visit your local allergist to discuss your concerns, treatment options, and to see if Xolair is right for you. And for additional information, feel free to visit Xolair.com. That's Xolair.com. And thank you so much for having us today.
Great. So we've been talking with Alicia R. She's a police detective and mother of two in Memphis, Tennessee. She's had CSU and can tell us a lot about it. And we're also talking with Dr. Ari Zelig. He's a board-certified doctor in allergy and immunology, as well as general pediatrics, and treats patients of all ages with allergic and immunologic disorders. Thanks so much for being with us today, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks so much.
Good. And remember, you can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on 8 podcast networks. You can visit our website at gotohealthmedia.com. We've just passed 1.4 million downloads, so we thank you for your interest. And remember, as we say at the end of every show, go to health. Take care. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in this week to Go to Health Media. Be sure to join Jonathan Marks and another health expert next time. You can also catch the program on your favorite podcast platform. Until our next show, be sure to visit us on the web at gotohealthmedia.com and elevate your life.